Alright, so we're starting Samasthiti, top of the mat, feet together. So you can bring the big toes together and the heels apart. So that'll help to create some space in the lower back. And then aligning the hips over the heels and the shoulders over the hips. Good. Bringing your attention to the bottom of the feet for a moment. So starting with our foundation always, especially in the standing postures, thinking about the posture moving from the ground up. So first, in order to find the release in every posture, we first need to feel rooted and grounded. So feeling the weight of the body move down through the feet. And come into those sensations of being grounded. What does being grounded actually feel like? I like to think of it as the weight of our bodies moving down through the mat, through the ground, and really coming into the experience of being connected to the ground. So in order to do that, you need to find stillness and not fidget so much. Good. And then further stabilizing your foundation by engaging through the legs. And as you keep pressing down through the feet and sending energy down through the feet, find that tailbone tucked under so the sit bones point down towards the mat. So you feel the lower back lengthening and creating space there. Pulling in through the lower belly, and then keep lengthening through the spine. So imagine like you're creating space between each vertebrae. So you start to feel some of that release and ease through the spine and through the upper part of the body. And then relaxing the shoulders down the back as you gently open through the collarbones without coming into a back bend, without letting the rib cage splay out. So it's just like a gentle opening through the collarbone so that the center of the chest can move up towards the ceiling. And you keep reaching up through the crown of the head, making sure that the neck is free, the shoulders are free, and then relax all the muscles in the face. Good. We'll start with Surya Namaskara A. On your next inhale, you're going to bring the arms over your head, palms touch, gazing up, and then exhale, bring the hands right back down. Good. So I want to break this down a little bit more because a couple of your questions have pointed towards some of the patterns that we established here. So first, when you bring the arms over your head, you want them to be externally rotated. So external in reference through your center line, you want to move external to the center line, away from the center line. So in the arms, what that looks like when you're bringing them over your head is palms facing up. So now palms facing down, palms facing up, and notice how the shoulders move away from the ears in that position. And then you keep reaching them over your head, and then you look up towards the thumbs and the shoulders keep moving away from the ears. Good. Exhale, bring the hands back down. And then you just want the head, the gaze to follow that pathway, gazing up without letting the neck drop down. You keep it lifted so you still have space in the back of the neck. So a couple things to think about. If you have really tight shoulders, it's actually really hard to bring your arms over your head and touch your palms. So in that case, what you can do is just bring the palms up, facing each other, and keep the palms apart. Good. And then instead of looking up, you can just look forward. Look forward and let the neck be free and relaxed. Don't strain the neck, that's unnecessary. And then you bring the arms back down, same way. So if doing it with the palms touching is creating strain in the neck, then it's just going to continue to make your neck tighter and more tense. So maybe take the modification. Maybe it's for a little bit, maybe it's just for today. Okay, let's do that and we'll add the next two parts of this sequence. Inhale, arms over your head, externally rotating the shoulders. So the shoulders roll forward away from the ears. Exhale, fold forward. So in every forward fold, you want to find the straight spine first, and then round the spine only as much to relax the muscles on the back side. So we're not rounding the back more than that to reach a certain point. So if you need to bend the knees like Alexis, bend the knees. And just that rounding of the forward folds in the back is just to relax the muscles along the back. Good. Inhale into half lift. Now you're finding the straight spine here that's involved in forward folding before you round the back. So finding that flat back, pull the lower belly in. Exhale, fold forward again. Relax the muscles in the back. Inhale, arms over your head. Press down through the feet. Palms touch, roll the shoulders forward. Exhale into Samasthiti. So those posture number 2 and posture number 3 of Surya Namaskara A, which and then half lift. Those are two really important components of folding forward. So when you're folding forward, especially on the way down, you want to find the straight spine. That's kind of giving you the limits of your forward fold, right? Maybe my limit is here, I have open hamstrings, maybe your limit is a little bit higher. And then once you find that length, then you come into the little bit of a round to find the rest of the forward fold. And here you also want to keep the neck relaxed. And the half lift, again, you're coming into that straight spine, finding that limit of the forward fold, lengthening through the spine. And then, okay, let's do that and we'll finish during the start aim. Inhale, arms over your head, palms touch, reaching up as you press down. Exhale, fold forward. Find a straight spine and then relax the back muscles to bring the hands to the floor. Inhale to half lift. Again, find that length. And exhale, step back into a plank. Shoulders over your wrist. Lower the knees down to modify, especially if you're still building the strength in the upper part of the body. Bend the elbows and keep the elbows close to the ribs, and you can come all the way down to the floor. Good. Inhale into upward facing dog. So you can either straighten the arms all the way, or you can keep them bent a little bit if you feel some compression in the lower back. Exhale into downward facing dog. Good. You're going to spread the fingers wide, press into the hands, and reach the hips up and back. 2, we'll take 5 breaths here. 3, 4, good. Check in with the lower belly, pull the lower belly in like you're really hollowing it out. 5, inhale, walk up to the top, bring the feet as close as you can in between the hands, into the half lift. Find the length, find the limit of your flexibility. If you need to bend the knees, bend the knees. Exhale, fold forward, relax the back. Keep the lower belly pulled in. Inhale, arms over your head, press down through the feet, reaching up, gazing up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, arms over your head, pull the lower belly, and think about the rib cage lifting away from the hips. Exhale, fold forward, hips shift back, pull the lower belly in, hands to the mat. Inhale into half lift, pull the lower belly in, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, step back into a plank position. Strong legs, pull the lower belly in again. That's going to help you strengthen the core. Lower the knees down, take another breath in. Exhale, bend the elbows slowly, adding resistance. Good, beautiful. Inhale into upward facing dog. Halfway, or straighten the arms. Exhale into downward facing dog. Good, that was a really nice modification. Just lifting the chest and reaching it forward in upward facing dog. Okay, downward facing dog, 5 breaths. 2, good. If you need to bend the knees a little bit, you can, but try to straighten them as much as you can. You're reaching the heels down towards the floor. 4, relax the neck. Always try, if you tend to have tightness in the neck and the shoulders, then check in with that in every posture. Because in every posture, there's an opportunity to over-engage them. That happens to me too. So just check in with them. Be like, are my neck and shoulders more engaged than they need to be? For me, usually the answer is yes, but everybody's a little bit different. Inhale, come to the top of the mat, into the half lift, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, arms over your head, palms touch, find that flat back, all the way up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Good. Okay, let's do that one more time. Inhale, arms over your head. Exhale, fold forward, long spine, pull the lower belly and relax the back. Inhale into half lift, lengthening. Exhale, step back into a plank. Lower the knees if you need to, and bend the elbows, shoulders away from the ears, shoulders pointing forward, not down. Inhale into upward facing dog. Legs are super strong here, pressing into the tops of the feet. Exhale into downward facing dog. If you need to take child's pose, go ahead and take a child's pose. 1, long, deep breaths. 2, your neck is relaxed, it's free, the shoulders are moving away from the ears, So again, you're coming into that external rotation of the shoulders. That's going to give the neck space to be free and relaxed. Good. On your next inhale, walk up to the top, into the half lift, lengthening. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, arms over your head, palms touch, gazing up, lifting to the ribcage. Exhale, Samasthiti. Good. Remember, you don't have to gaze up in the arms over your head if you have something going on with the neck. Okay, let's move into Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, you're going to start into chair pose. Bend the knees, lift the chest, palms touch or palms apart. Exhale, go into the forward fold, long spine, hands to the mat. Inhale into half lift, find the length, find the straight spine. Exhale, step back into a plank. Pull the lower belly in and bend the elbows. Good. Inhale into upward facing dog. Halfway or straighten the arms all the way, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale, we're going to come to Virabhadrasana on the right side. So step your right foot forward as close as you can in between the hands. So if the foot only makes it halfway to the mat, that's fine. Lower the back heel so the foot is at 45 degrees. Inhale, lift the chest, bend into the right knee, bring the arms over your head. Again, palms together, palms apart. Good. Exhale, come right back down. Find your plank. Take another breath in here. Exhale as you bend the elbows, slowly adding resistance. Good. Inhale into upward facing dog. Lift the chest. Exhale into downward facing dog. Good. Same thing on the other side. Bring the left foot forward, lower the back heel. Check in with your foundation. Lift the chest. Bending into the left knee. The right leg is super strong. Arms over your head. Exhale, come right back down. Find your breath. Reconnect with the breath into plank. Exhale, bend the elbows. Full, slow breath out as you bend the elbows. Inhale into upward facing dog. Strong legs. Exhale into downward facing dog or into child's pose. 1, reconnect with the breath. Slow, steady breathing. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Inhale. Come to the top of the mat, into the half lift. Pull the lower belly in. Exhale, fold forward, relax the neck. Inhale, back into the chair pose, bend the knees, lift the chest, palms touch. Exhale into Samasthiti. Good. Okay, someone said they were having a problem with the connection. I don't know if it's me or if it was the other person, if it was Gracie, but I hope I'll have a better replay on it if it's me. That's the connection problem. Okay, let's do one more Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the chest, palms touch. Exhale, fold forward, relax the neck. Inhale into half lift. Exhale, step back into a plank. Strong legs, pull the lower belly in and lower the knees down. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Good. Right foot forward in between the hands. Lower the back heel. Inhale, lift the chest. Pull the lower belly in, arms over your head, palms touch. Exhale, come right back down. Reconnect with the breath. Inhale into a plank. Exhale, bend the elbows. Chaturanga. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Same thing on the other side. Bring the left foot forward. Lower the back heel. Inhale, deep breath in. Arms over your head. Exhale, come back down. Find your plank. Lower the knees to modify and exhale, bend the elbows. Inhale into upward facing dog, halfway or all the way. Exhale into downward facing dog or into child's pose. 1. Everybody seems to have issues with the connections. Maybe it's me. I'm super sorry about that. 2. I'm gonna keep going. If we need to watch the replay, I'm filming it separately so it'll be a lot better. And I'll replace the video with the replay. 4. Maybe you can continue getting through it if it's not horrible. All right, thanks for bearing with me. 5. Inhale, come back into the half lift. Exhale, fold forward, relax the neck, relax the back. Inhale into chair pose, bend the knees, lift the chest, pull the lower belly in. Exhale into Samasthiti. Okay, moving on. Bring the feet hip-width distance apart. Inhale, fold forward and catch the big toes with your middle finger and your pointer finger. Wrap them around your big toes. Bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Find that long spine first. Find the limits. And then exhale, relax the muscles in the back to slightly round the back and come into the rest of the forward fold. Keep the lower belly pulled in. And if the legs are straight, you want to engage through the quads. This helps to release the hamstrings. These muscles in the back of the legs, which is what we're trying to release and stretch. Good. Take one more breath here. Check in with the neck. Relax the neck. Check in with the shoulders, moving away from the ears. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Again, find that length. Exhale there. Padahastasana. Inhale, slide the hands underneath the feet so that the toes are up against the wrist crease. So you want to try to get the entire hand underneath the foot. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Find the length. Pull the lower belly in. And then exhale. It's like you're folding into the space that you just created by that half lift. 1. Come into the breath. Slow, steady breathing. 2. 3. Relax the neck. 4. Focus on the breath, moving in and out through the nose. 5. Inhale, look up. Exhale there. Inhale, slide your hands out, come to the top of the mat, feet together into Samasthiti. Good. Moving into Trikonasana. Inhale, step the right foot back. Right toes pointing towards the back of the mat. Left toes in. Arms out to the side. Good. The distance between your two legs is like the distance of one leg, roughly. Exhale, reach the right arm forward, creating the space, and then exhale, drop the right hand either to the shin, to the ankle, to the big toe, or you can put the hand on the block, gazing up towards your left fingers. 1, you want to try to make both legs straight and strong, pressing down through the feet, connecting with your foundation so that you can release through the spine, lengthen the spine, pull the lower belly in, and inhale, come up slowly with control, pressing down through the feet. Good. And switch sides. Turn your right toes in and your left toes out. Inhale, reach forward, find the space in the left hip, and then exhale, go down. Move into that hip, that left hip joint. 1, strong legs, press down through the feet. 2, reaching through both hands, down with the left hand, up with the right hand, so you're not dumping too much weight into the left hand. Take one more breath here. Long, smooth, steady breathing. Inhale, come up slowly, pressing down through the feet. Good. Now we're going to move into Trikonasana B, the revolved twisting version of A. So you're going to pivot around, face the back of the mat, keep the feet where they are. And you're going to square the hips. So moving the left hip forward and the right hip back. If you're finding that really difficult, then maybe you change the position of this back foot. You can move it out to the side a little bit to the left. And you can point the left toes forward a little bit more instead of pointing out to the side. So they're like at a 45-degree angle. Good. Exhale, you're going to bring the left hand down to the outside of the right foot. This is a really hard posture, so give yourself some time and some space. You can put that left hand onto a block or onto anything to elevate the hands. If you need to just put the fingertips on the floor because you're still working on that flexibility in the front leg, put the fingertips. And then maybe if you don't have enough props or if you don't have the flexibility, you may need to bend that front knee a little bit in order to get the hand down to the floor, which is fine. Press down through the left hand and then reach up with the right hand to find a twist through the spine. So you're opening the chest and reaching the chest up towards the ceiling, and that's taking the spine into that twisting position. Good, check in with your foundation in your legs, strong legs, pressing down through the feet. And then releasing and lengthening through the torso to find a twist. You're gazing up towards the right hand or out to the side if that's straining the neck. On your next inhale, come up slowly with control. Pivot around, face the front. Got it. And square the hips first. Make sure the right hip is moving forward, the left hip is moving back. And then bring the right hand down to the floor onto the outside of the left foot. Reach the left arm up to find a twist through the spine as you open the chest and reach the chest up towards the ceiling. 1. It's okay if you fall out, just come right back in. 2, strong legs. 3, press down through the right hand. Use that to help you find a deeper twist. 5, inhale, come up slowly. Exhale into Samastitihi. Good. All right, we're going to go into Prasarita Padottanasana. Inhale, step the right foot back, face the side of your mat, hands to your hips. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold forward and bring the hands to the mat. Good. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Find the stretch, find the space, and then exhale, relax into that space. Relax the muscles in the back and the neck. 1, if the palms can be flat, the palms are flat. 2, good. 3, slow, steady breathing. 4, strong legs. 5, inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale there. Inhale, come all the way up, hands to your hips. Exhaling at the top. Good. So notice in this posture, we're stretching into the hamstrings, but we're also starting to come into the hips too. So this is preparing us for some hip opening as well. So starting to feel that connection of this posture to the back of the legs and the hamstrings and the insides of the hip joints. Okay. B, inhale, reach the arms out to the side, reaching through the fingertips. Exhale, hands to your hips. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, fold forward, keep the hands on the hips. Relaxing the fronts of the hips so that you can fold deeper into them. 1, the legs are super strong. 2, relaxing the neck, relaxing the muscles along the back. 3, shoulders away from the ears, elbows pointing up slightly. 5, inhale, come all the way up, exhaling at the top. C, inhale, reach the arms out to the side. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward and move the hands away from the hips. Now we're also stretching the shoulders here. 1, relax the neck, relax the shoulders. 2, let the hands go wherever they go, don't force them. 4, 5, inhale, come all the way up. Exhaling at the top. Last one here, hands to your hips, inhale. Exhale, fold forward, catch the big toes, bend the knees a little bit if you need to. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. 1, deep breaths. If your legs are burning, just take deep breaths. Observe the sensation in the legs. Don't try to avoid it. Just feel into the sensations you're feeling into the legs or anywhere else in the body. Take one more breath here, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale there. Inhale, come all the way up, hands to your hips. Exhale into Samasthiti. Got it. Parsvottanasana. Bring the hands into reverse prayer, palms together behind the back, or another option is just fists together behind the back, or just grab onto opposite forearms. Inhale, step the right foot back, face the back of your mat, right toes pointing forward, left toes in at 45 degrees, square the hips again, same position that we did before. Exhale, fold forward, and you're folding into the right hip crease. Keep the legs strong, pull the lower belly in, and relax the muscles along the back. 1, 2, keep rolling that left hip forward and moving the right hip back. So you're coming into that hip squared. 4, good. 5, inhale, come up, pivot around to the front, square the hips. Exhale, fold over the left leg into the left hip crease. Strong legs, pull the lower belly in, and relax the muscles along the back. 2, good. 3, deep steady breaths. 4, 5, inhale, come all the way up. Exhale into Samasthiti. Good. We'll do the first balancing posture, Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. So, you can face forward if you want for this one. And bring your left hand to the hip, shifting the weight into the left leg, strong standing leg. Just notice how your center of gravity shifts over to the left a little bit. And you're going to pick up the right leg. You have a couple options here. You can just grab onto the knee, or you can grab onto the big toe. If you're holding onto the big toe, slowly straighten the leg as much as you can. 1, hold it. If the leg is straight all the way, you can go to the full expression where you fold over the leg. 3, strong standing leg, pull the lower belly in. 5, exhale, bring it out to the side. 1, relax the neck, relax the shoulders. 2, and then if you can, try shifting the gaze over to the left. 4, 5, inhale, bring it back to the center, both hands to your hips, straighten the leg. 1, hold it. 2, relax where possible. 3, 4, slow, steady breaths. 5, exhale, bring it down. Good, shake it out. All right, other side. Shift the weight into the right leg, strong right leg, super strong, engage that quad. Lift the left leg as you pull the lower belly in, catch the knee or catch the big toe. And if you have the big toe, straighten the leg as much as you can. 1, find a juicy, something to gaze on. 2, control the breath. 3, calm the mind. 4, 5, exhale, bring it out to the side and gaze over to the right if you feel stable enough. 2, 3, relax the shoulders, pressing down as you reach up to the crown of the head. 4, 5, inhale, bring it back to the center, both hands to your hips. 1, pull the lower belly in. 2, point the toes. 3, 4, 5, exhale. Good. All right, shake it out. All right, let's come to the top of the mat, feet together. Inhale, bring the arms over your head, palms touch, gazing up. Exhale, fold forward, hands to the mat. Relax the neck. Inhale to half lift, lengthening. Exhale, step back into a plank. Lower the knees if you need to, and bend the elbows, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Let's do one more standing posture, Utkatasana. Jump or step the feet in between the hands. Good. Feet together, bend the knees, and lift the chest. Chair pose. 1. Good. Remember, separate the hands if you need to. 2, and gaze forward. If not, palms are together and you're gazing up. 3, sink the hips down. 4, shoulders away from the ears. 5, exhale, bring the hands to the mat, fold forward. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, step back into a plank. Lower the knees if you need to. And bend the elbows, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Okay, I think we're ready to come down to the floor. Inhale, jump through to seated, or just bring the knees down and come through. I'm gonna break that down in a moment. For now, just make your way into a seated position, legs are straight. And so we're gonna really break down the forward fold since that's kind of been a theme of the class today. So if you have the legs straight here and you don't feel like you can find your sit bones, like you're right on top of your pelvis and you feel like you're rounding a little bit like this, or maybe it's hard to keep the legs straight, then sit on top of something, a pillow, a bolster, blankets, to elevate the hips. That's gonna give the pelvis a little bit more space to find the tilt, to find that straight spine, which is super important here. So, Dandasana first is really simple. The feet are flexed, feet are together, the legs are super strong and engaged, and you have your hands next to your hips. And the hands are just kind of here as like a result of not having anywhere else to put them, so they're not really doing much. So if they need to be bent so that the shoulders don't go up towards the ears, bend the elbows a little bit. This all depends on your proportions. Long spine. So again, find those sit bones. So you're right on top of the sit bones, and then you want your shoulders to be right on top of your hips. Good. Open through the collarbones. So similar to what we were doing when we were setting ourselves up in Samastitihi. Slightly opening through the collarbones and moving the shoulders away from the ears. So that means the shoulder blades are moving down the back as well. Long spine, and then tuck the chin down towards the chest without moving the upper back. So it's just the chin moving down, nothing else is moving. Check back in with the feet, flex the feet, legs are strong. Keep lifting through the center of the chest. Good. Let's take 3 more breaths here. 3, good. Strong legs. 4, 5. Inhale, we're gonna come into Paschimottanasana, but first we find the straight long spine. So either catch the big toes or just catch the outsides of the legs, or if you have a strap, you can wrap the strap around the feet and hold onto the strap. So inhale first, find the length, okay? Find the length through the spine with that limit of your flexibility. And pull the lower belly in. So right here we're creating the space for folding forward. And then when you fold forward, keep pulling in the lower belly. So imagine like you're folding into that space, and then to complete the forward fold, all you do is relax the muscles along the back and relax the neck, keeping the legs really strong. So really important in forward folding is knowing where to engage and where to relax. The legs are engaged, the feet are flexed, and then the lower belly is engaged. You're pulling in the lower belly, and then everything else try to relax. Relax the back, relax the neck, relax the shoulders. So you're not even using the arms to pull yourself down. What's getting you deeper, the engagement that's getting you deeper, is that lower belly being pulled in. That's what's taking you deeper, not the arms pulling you forward. Take 1 more breath here. Keep the feet flexed, the legs strong. Good. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Again, find that lengthening. Exhale there. Okay, we're gonna fold forward 1 more time and try to go a little bit deeper this time. Either catch the outsides of the feet this time, or walk the hands down the legs. Take another deep breath in to find the length. Pull the lower belly in. Find the length first. Good. Pull the lower belly in, engage through the legs, and then exhale. Relax the back and the neck, but keep the legs strong and keep pulling in through the lower belly. 1, 2, deep steady breaths, and then allow the breath, come into the breath, and use that to help you release the tension that you need to release in order to find a deeper, more stable posture. 4, 5, inhale, look up, exhale there. Good. Release the feet. Now you're going to slide the hands behind the hips. We're going to go straight into the next posture, which is Purvottanasana. And this is kind of like a counter pose to forward foldings. It's the complete opposite of a forward fold. And you have two options. You can either keep the legs straight and the feet together, or you can bend the knees and plant the feet. So it's either a reverse tabletop or a reverse plank position. Inhale, you're going to bring the hands a little bit further back, so about 6 inches away from the hips, so a foot away from the hips. Inhale, lift the hips up and drop the head back. 1, good. 2, if the legs are straight, keep the feet together. 3, lift the hips up. Deep breaths. 4, 5, exhale, come down. Good. Okay, inhale, make your way into a plank position. So this is a jump back, and this is part of the transitions between postures, and it is an Ashtanga Yoga. So you're going to cross the ankles, roll over the feet, come onto the knees, and make your way into a plank. Inhale, take a deep breath in, and then exhale, bend the elbows, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Okay, now to jump through, we're going to take it really slow. So you're going to bring just 1 foot forward to the top of the foot and keep the knee in towards the chest. And then bring the other foot, cross the shins onto the top of the foot, and then point the knees in between the arms. Exhale, lower the hips down, and send the legs through. Good. So, some things you want to think about is getting the feet as close as you can to the hands, coming to the tops of the feet, and pointing the knees in between the arms. We'll do that again in the next transition. So for now, let's do Janushrishasana A. Yeah? Okay. Bend the right knee, and then bring the knee down to the floor. You see, you do know what it is. Strong left leg. Inhale, catch the outsides of the legs, or catch the foot. Again, first find the length. Inhale, squaring the shoulders over the left leg. So you really want to be in this position. Good. And then exhale, fold, and relax the muscles along the back. Good. Keep rolling that right side of the torso down towards the floor so you have a squared torso over the left leg. So you might feel a little bit more of a stretch on the right side of the torso. Good. Keep the right hip relaxed, moving back and down. Find your breath. Good. Take one more breath here. Pull the lower belly in. Keep the left leg strong. The same principles for forward folding apply here to the left side. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale there, and release the foot. And switch sides. Straighten the right leg and bend the left knee. So first, square the shoulders over the right leg. Right leg is strong. Catch the outside of the right leg or catch the right foot. Take a deep breath in. Pull the lower belly in, find the length. And then exhale, relax the back, relax the neck, and fold forward. 1, relaxing the left hip as well. So again, knowing where to engage, where to relax. Engaging only where it's necessary and relaxing wherever it's possible. 2, keep the right foot flexed. 3, deep, steady breaths. Good, that looks really good. 4, 5, inhale, look up, find the length, exhale there. Good, release the binds, and we're going to take another vinyasa. So, cross the shins. Inhale, so before we move back, see if you can lift up here. So you're going to shift the weight into the hands, pick up the hips, good, and see if you can walk the feet back. Keep the knees in towards the chest, good, and come into a plank. So you kind of have to rearrange yourself on the mat, which is okay. That was really good, Alexis. Plank, exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Bend the elbows. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Okay, inhale, jump through to seated. One foot, the other foot, cross the shins and send the legs through. So that's a hard transition. So if you're having trouble with that, don't worry about it. I have another tutorial that breaks it down a little bit more if you want to check it out. Okay, let's finish it off. And I think we should finish it off with headstand, since we've been talking about the shoulders so much and that movement of the shoulders moving away from the ears, which is really important in headstand. So come onto your knees, and I know Alexis is freaking out a little bit because I know she's scared to go upside down, but you don't have to go upside down if you're not comfortable with that. You can just do the preparation for headstand, and you'll still be getting all the benefits of headstand, even if you don't go all the way upside down. So let's look at what it means to prepare for headstand. So first you're going to grab onto your elbows, just to measure the distance of your elbows. So don't let your elbows go wider than they are right now. Place them down onto the floor. And then open your hands and interlace the fingers. So now you have like a triangle on the floor. Good. The palms are open, so that's the space that your head's going to come into. And now you want to put the top of the head onto the floor. So not the back of the head and not the hairline. You want the top of the head. That's going to be the most efficient place to bear weight for the neck. So the neck will be able to support you in a more efficient way if you're bringing the weight onto the top of the head. Okay. And then you're going to gently hug the back of your head with the palms of your hands. And now check in with the elbows. Press into the elbows and see if that starts to activate something in the shoulders so that they move away from the ears. So as you press the shoulders down, the shoulder blades move down the back. And now you're in a place to support the weight of the body with the shoulders instead of just dumping all of the weight into the head. So you want a substantial amount of energy moving down through those forearms. And do that by think about moving the elbows down into the mat. Okay, if you feel really good here, you can tuck the toes and lift the knees. So you're coming into sort of a downward dog shape. Good. And now start to walk the feet in towards your head. And as you do that, notice how the hips start to move towards over your shoulders. That looks really good. Bend the knees here if you need to. If you need to bend the knees a little bit to start walking them in, so good. Okay, take a break if you need to. Find that limit of where your feet can get as close as possible to your head, and then we're gonna hold it. So, everybody find a limit. And then if you feel comfortable there, obviously you can go all the way up into the headstand. You can try finding that, but since I'm working with Alexis and she's still working on the prepare, I'm gonna count her through that. So, lift the knees, walk the feet in, and then when you find your limit, again, check in with the shoulders. Elbows down, shoulders away from the ears. She needs to take a break.
And then let's all hold it for 5 breaths. 1, so just hold this for 5 breaths, if that's too much for you. 2, good. Hips over the shoulders if possible. 3, shoulders away from the ears. Press the elbows down and press the wrists down. 5, exhale, come down into a child's pose. Good, good. So even though if you're not going down, you're still really building that strength to be able to go upside down someday. Sometimes what's stopping you from going upside down is just being scared of falling over. If you're scared, use a wall to have there, maybe just as mental support to know that if you do fall, something will catch you. Or you can always just learn to fall. You can always just fall and then know that when you fall, you'll be okay. That's always an option too. Just a little bit of the scarier option that requires a little bit more, a little bit more faith. Okay, so just taking a few more moments in child's pose. Good. Okay, making your way into your plank position. Inhale into a plank. Exhale, lower the knees, bend the elbows, Chaturanga. Inhale into upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, come through to seated, one foot, the other foot, or you can be fancy and do both feet at the same time, like Alexis. Okay, coming to a seated position. I'm gonna wrap the arms behind the back, grab onto opposite elbows. Take a deep breath in.
Exhale, fold forward and bring the forehead or the chin towards the mat, relaxing the back, relaxing the neck. 1. If the head doesn't touch, that's okay. 2, if you want to rest the head on something. 3, 4, slow, steady breathing. 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, coming back up to seated. Releasing the arms, bring the wrist towards the knees and the pointer towards the thumb. Again, find that long spine like we did when we were doing that seated Dandasana. Tuck the chin down. 1, feel the sit bones and the weight of the body moving down through the sit bones. 2, relaxing around the hips, relaxing in the lower back. 3, lengthening through the spine, shoulders moving away from the ears. 4, deep breathing. 5, following the pathway and the direction of the breath, focusing the mind on the breath. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Release that. And we'll do Uputihi, last posture. Bring the knees into the chest, keep the shins crossed, and you're going to bring the hands in front of the hips onto the floor. Shift the weight forward, keep the knees towards your chest, and you're going to press into the hands, press into the shoulders, and lift the hips up. 1, keep the knees in towards the chest. 2, looking forward a little bit. 3, 4, good, don't come down. 5, take deep breaths, good. 6, lift one foot. 7, good, lift the other foot. 8, 9, lift both feet. 10, exhale, come down, good. Okay, you can make your way into Shavasana, lying on your back for final resting pose. Completely relaxing the body. The feet can be slightly apart, palms facing up. And close the eyes. Good. Relaxing the whole body, full body relaxation. So now you're not engaging anything. Maybe if you want to scan the body and notice any areas you're still kind of holding on to some tension, just rest your mind there for a moment and see if it just by resting the mind there, if it naturally starts to relax. And then focus on the natural breath moving in and out through the nostrils. Just observing the breath, observing the pathway. over to the right side of the body. And slowly making your way back up to seated. When you get there, you bring the hands to the knees and close the eyes. Taking one last moment here to come into the body, come into the stillness. Observe the breath. Bring the palms to heart center. And we'll finish with an Om together. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Namaste. Thank you guys. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining me in real life and being our model for today. Thank you guys for staying. I don't know how many of you guys stayed on because I know there were some connection issues. I'm really sorry about that. I will make sure that next week there are no connection issues because either the internet wasn't good enough for me. I'm not really sure what happened, but I'll figure it out and I'll make sure it doesn't happen next week. I'm really sorry about that. I did record it separately on my phone, so I'll upload that as the replay. And so you can watch that replay and it'll be a lot better and smoother for you if you want to later or if you want to save it for another day. If you want to keep practicing with me online, I do some classes on Zoom with Miami Life Center. And we have a special that's 30 days for $30. I included the details below. And that I have some beginner classes through that. So it's a little bit more individualized because I can see you and I can offer you specific direction. And I also included in the description of the video my Venmo and PayPal account. So if you want to send me a payment for this class, I would really appreciate it. It's optional, you don't have to. But if you want to, then I left the details for you there. And I think that's all I have to say. Is there anything you want to share with the class?
I'm going to be sore tomorrow.
She's going to be sore tomorrow. That's okay. You might be sore tomorrow too, and that's okay. Just keep practicing, and then maybe you just get a little bit less sore. The soreness never really stops. But you learn to enjoy it and appreciate it. Enjoy. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. If there's anything that you want me to cover in these classes in the future, please let me know. Reach out to me. All my contact information is also below. Cool. I don't think I have anything else to say. All right. Let me see if there's any questions that came through right now.
Reggie, come here.